Hi guys, this is Tracey from Lavinia Stamps and thank you for joining me today. I'm going to be creating this card here using our brand new stamps. So I have already cut out, I ripped out a page from, this was just a book from the charity shop. I picked it up and this is great paper to actually stamp onto, and you get a really nice effect having the writing in the background and then just putting a little bit of ink over the top, throw a bit of water at it. It actually just gives you a really nice base for the background. So I've already cut some out, and because the paper's really thin, I've actually backed it onto some of our watercolour card. So I'm going to pop that just in front of me here, so I've got something to go off, and then let's get started. So I've got my 3 witches here, so I'm going to start with the middle one first so I can get it directly in the middle, and then put our other 2 witches either side. So I've got my VersaFine Claire, and we're going to ink that up, making sure that she is completely covered in the black. And then let's pop her down towards the bottom, not right at the bottom. Give that a good press. Now don't worry if there's some little bits that are missing, we can always go in with the black and a stencil brush and touch it up. So don't throw your card away if that happens. You know, you can always just touch it up afterwards. It's actually not bad, that, so I'm going to move on to the next one. So again, I'm going to ink up and we'll pop her down right next to her. And then the last one. And then we'll pop her next to our other one, like so. Let that ink soak in to the card and just give it a little bit of time. Get all that lovely detail. Okay, so we've got a few little patches there. So I'm just going to take my stencil brush and dip it into the VersaFine Claire and literally just touch those areas up. Now if it's a smaller area, then just get a finer brush. There we go. And now I'm using my larger stencil brush just to get that initial colour on. So I'm going in with the soft Signet. And again, if you haven't got this colour, it's absolutely fine. You can use plenty of other colours that we can use. It's just good to start with a lighter base colour so that we can saturate the card, and then when we put other colours on top of that, you'll find it so much easier to blend because it's already saturated. So if I put a darker colour in over the top now, it will be easier to blend that in because it's already got colour ink on it. So just keep on going with that. I do love this colour. Okay, so I'm going to bring in a little bit of the russet orange. And I'm going to pop it in between the witches. Actually gives you quite a nice glow. Don't be frightened to play around with the colours. Okay, and now we're going to move on to Truffle, which is a very dark colour. And we're going to now bring that in around the edge. Now you can apply this method however you like, on whatever you like. It'd look fabulous on a tag, although you wouldn't get your 3 witches on, but you could get one of them on. But again, a tag would look really nice with the writing there in the back. Or you can just use a stamp, a worded stamp, and do it that way. What we're going to do now at this stage is get some kitchen towel at the ready, and we're going to pop some water over that lovely colour just to break it up a little bit. Remembering to dab it off. The longer you leave the water on, the more it will bleach out. So if you want just something very subtle, you need to be quite quick. Or if you want to leave it longer, probably 10-15 seconds, and it will have bleached out quite well. But I think that gives just a really fabulous background. Okay, I'm going to dry that off. Okay, so that's nice and dry now. And we shall now go in with the VersaFine Clair and the Nocturne and my stencil brush. So this will give you a really solid black now. So this is where we really get that detail of colour. And we want to give that illusion that the witches are kind of just floating there in the mist. So I'm going to build at this black all the way around the card. Okay, so that really does pull the image out now I've surrounded it with the black. It's very atmospheric. I'm going to grab the Posca now and just add a little bit of light inside her light, and maybe a little bit of a glow around her torch. So just to finish it off now, I'm going to use the drop of shimmer. Again, make sure the lid is on. Give that a good shake. And then I'm using my fan brush. Dip in. You don't want loads, you only want some tiny little dots. So just test it on a scrap piece of paper. Get rid of all your big blobs first, and then bring it in. Just do it gradually, you know, feel your way. We don't want to completely cover the witches, but we need to add a little bit of magic. And there we go. How quick and easy was that? So you can see I've used 2 different colours there, but they both equally work very well. I'll show you there. They look good, don't they? Really enjoyed doing those. So as I say, quick, easy card, and just a really nice effect. So thank you for joining me. I hope it's inspired you to have a go yourselves. Please post up anything that you do. We always love to see what you guys do. And we'll see you again very soon. Take care and bye for now.